Yo, what's good, guys? Today I made almost $4,000 in just a couple of minutes. This, I think, is my new best trading day. Today was a bit of a roller coaster, though. It was a very interesting day, but I thought it was a solid trade. So I feel like this would be a great trade recap to go over for you guys to show you guys why I took this trade today. So coming into the day, we'll just get straight to it. First thing is bias, right? I want to emphasize that as a continuation trader, you want to be careful with your bias. I'm going into the day, right, with a general idea of what I want to see, but you want to be more reactive than predictive in the markets, especially with continuation. It's important, right? Even if I think the trend's going to come lower, if you lock yourself into a lower bias and we're just pumping higher, you might miss out on a trade or force a bad trade. So for today, I was definitely leaning more bearish. I sent my daily bias out to my Discord. I have a free Discord if you want to join. The link will be in my bio. But yeah, basically just told the free Discord that I was leaning more bearish. So coming into the day, right, I have like one condition that I'm looking at, and it's going to be this fair value gap here. So overnight, we started heading lower, and this was like the main thing I wanted to see. How do we react out of this gap? Because obviously we're in a downtrend here, but I want to see if we inverse this gap, we might be coming higher. If we respect this gap and come lower, then we will continue this downtrend and have a lower look for a short today. So this was the main low I wanted to see, but we have a bunch of stacked lows in here. So shorts do look good. I'm not going to lie, coming into the day, I was pretty ready to see some shorts. And all the people that I teach, I'm really trying to emphasize recently how important it is to like keep it super simple for yourself. All that I was looking at coming into this day was I wanted to see us continue this trend basically. So look at this here, right? If you were to just mark this out, this is like the start of a downtrend. We get a big down move, a small retracement into an hourly gap, another big down move overnight, retracement into an hourly gap, and we start displacing out of this. So assuming that we continue this move to the downside, which we're doing as a continuation trader, if there is good price action, we basically have a free short here. Like, this is really simple. Look at it in super simple terms and try not to overcomplicate it for yourself, because you'll see how easy trading continuation can be. So anyways, I'll get rid of this. Let's go down here. So for this trade, I'm going to be honest today, the reason this was a bit of a roller coaster is because I actually took two trades. I normally don't like to take two, but if you were trading targeting the same like liquidity pool and you take two trades, that's one thing, versus, like revenge trading in the opposite direction, forcing like two trades, that's one thing. This, I was just targeting the same target, but didn't like my original entry, closed early for a really small L, and then found a better entry and was able to catch a big dub to have a good day today. So that's like my justification, I would say. Think what you want about that, but yeah. So coming into the day here, first candle, right, we get a nice tap into this 1 minute gap, start moving down. And then at this point, seeing this, I'm already like starting to lean bearish, right? This 5 minute candle, this is just like showing what it closed like. But at this point, the candle was moving nicely to the downside. I thought we were coming down. So I almost shorted once we like surpassed this low. I almost was looking for something like this, but I chose not to take that. I wanted to see a little bit more develop, even though there was like a decent stop, not bad. You would have got break even on this though, because it did start reversing. So I did decide after this candle that I wanted like definitely to see shorts off this closure. I was really confident shorts were coming. So I ended up putting a limit order. I like to be careful with limit orders because I really want to trade along with the trend, and I don't just want to like leave a limit order up here assuming that we're going to come down, because we might just flip and go all the way to the upside. But the limit was something like this. Advantage of placing limit orders, you can generally look for a better entry. So in this case, this is what I was looking for. And this ended up getting tagged. And if you were trading this live today, you'll see this candle was ripping to the upside. Like, I think this is a 60-point candle just going straight up. To me, this is like almost out of nowhere. So I ended up closing this early. This was the L. I closed like literally for 10 points, because once I got tagged in and just saw this, like, this was just ripping with no sign of coming down, I thought maybe we were not going to go down yet. And I think a lot of people have like a lot of stigma behind closing their trades early, because people say, you should be confident and hold your trades. I agree, you should hold good setups, but if there's a reason that you think this is a bad setup, which, I'm trading discretionarily, I did not like this setup. I decided that this wasn't a good trade. I'm going to close it early, because why am I just going to like hold to full stop loss if I don't think that this is the proper entry? I decided, used my judgment to decide this was not a good trade. And I'm happy I did, because it just ended up going straight here. And then finally, like, we started to get this move back to the downside. So off of this candle, I decided, okay, maybe that was like a retracement, especially this 5 minute was starting to come down nicely. 15 minute, again, this shows the full 15 minute. It wasn't like this yet, but it was around this area. It's starting to come down. Nice reaction out of this gap. Like maybe this move was just a small retrace. So off of this candle, I was pretty confident we wanted to come down. I kind of wanted to wait for the 5 minute to close, which was around here. I think off this candle here, 5 minute close lower, right? To me, this was like, gave me enough confidence that we wanted to come short. So I decided to go short here. By entering this trade here, I was able to have a nice stop loss right above these wicks, pretty protected. And then we had a nice TP down here for a good 1 to 2. I did end up getting stopped out of this early. If you guys traded yesterday, you know there was a pretty decent draw to the upside. I was leaning, again, more bearish overall yesterday, but there was a decent draw to the upside. I ended up taking a small long and got break evened on it. It was that trade where we edged the like liquidity pool way higher. And the thing about those trades, bro, is like, for me, there's not really a difference between 60 points and like getting 50 points on a win. Obviously, you want to try and aim for full TP, but when I'm targeting 50 plus points, I've started to trail my stop loss pretty aggressively into profit because I just don't see the point in getting break even like on a trade yesterday. So for this trade today, I ended up trailing this and I got stopped out a little bit early. So I went break even once we took this low here. This thing just started ripping. It was a really simple, like once this started going, there was no emotions in here because this was just going straight down. And then I ended up trailing like pretty much to here just because after the PTSD from yesterday, we were not going to get stopped out of this. And unfortunately, it did like tag me in this and then went down. So the combination of the two trades did lead to about 761.60 in profit for the day. And then I caught that on the 5 accounts. So I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is my biggest day. If not, it's close to it. Almost $4,000. I think like 3,800. So pretty nice day here. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something from this. If you do have any questions about the trade I took or general trading questions, you can comment them below, or you can join the free Discord and comment them there. So if you did make it to the end of the video, I appreciate you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.